The one thing that I learned at the age of 20 is that studies are everything. Knowledge is your best friend. Study, even if you're tired, out of spirit, unmotivated at home, sad, think about all those dreams and study. And this was the very moment that I thought, studies have betrayed me.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
I did have time between NEET PG and counseling, so I'm here to explore Delhi all on my own, more or less. I wanted this solo trip for many reasons. First of all, I wanted to get out of that NEET, post-NEET, that whole studies business. Second of all, I wanted time to think for myself if I need to choose pediatrics or surgery. All in all, I wanted my brain to be refreshed so that I can start again with a newfound confidence, strength and willpower. So that is the reason that I'm here. This is pretty much the room that I'm living in. That's pretty much all. See ya. Roaming through Delhi with Akanksha, I realized your best friend is still your best friend, even from half a world away. And when best friends see each other again, after being separated by half a world and more miles than you can think you can bear, you pick up right where you left off, even if it is window shopping in the bookstore. After all, that's what best friends do. Delhi is really the hustler city, I think. Every single person that I see, from auto walas to shopkeepers, is intuitive as well as so hardworking that just looking at them motivates me. It's also the city where I guess I can be fooled the most because I have no idea what is what, and I think it's very costly from my point of view. So far I'm well adjusted, getting acquainted with the ins and outs of the city. I'm liking it. I wanted to take RM at Delhi for surgery in this city if I could have gotten a better rank, but it's okay. Some dreams are meant to be dreams for a little longer, and I'm sure that God has a better plan for all of us. The meticulously maintained Amrit Udyan of Rashtrapati Bhavan made me realize that I admire disciplined people so much. I admire people who can do what they need to do with a focused mind and unwavering commitment, not letting themselves get distracted and refusing to make excuses for themselves. I admire the kind of people whose eyes are on the prize, even if it's far away, and who are determined and diligent and adaptive. I look up to the kind of people who refuse to succumb to any obstacles or challenge and transcend above the millions of things that stood against them and their goals. I admire these kind of people so much, and I aspire to be like them so much more. After having lunch at Third Wave Cafe, we went to India's costliest market, that is Khan Market. My obsession with books led me to Fakir Chand bookstore. Seeing people relaxing and enjoying, knowing that the kind of life I want for myself, and knowing that it's literally in my power to have it if I put in the work for it, and the fear of missing out on it. It was a wake-up call. While eating ramen for the first time in my life, all I could think of was my childhood idol Naruto. I broke down, trying to live up to other people's standards. I was stubborn because I thought everyone was running ahead while I was the one falling behind. As I go back to my hotel, I thought about what happiness is. I looked up in the dictionary. Happiness is a state of being pleased, fulfilled and content in life. I found the definition to be too long, so I decided to make it shorter. Happiness is a state of being sufficient. The next day I went to Delhi Darshan tour. 400 rupees to see every monument in Delhi was too good to refuse. Rain, that is moving water, has negative ions which causes a biochemical reaction that reduces stress. It's the same reason people feel more at peace on beaches or around the waterfalls. It was raining. I wonder if I can get tea somewhere. I reached my pickup point at Birla Temple. No electronics were allowed inside. I sorted my thoughts under the blessings of Almighty. I finally understood the difference. If it's meant to be, it will be. Applies for friendships, relationships, people in general coming in your life and dealing with rejections. If you want it, go get it. applies to your goals, aspirations, work and work ethics, and changing your life, which includes diet, exercise, hobbies, studies, opinions, etc. As the comfort and isolation of Delhi was growing on me, I was growing up too. As you get older, you realize that you are not always right. And there are so many things you could have handled better. So many situations where you could have been kinder, and all you can do is forgive yourself and let your mistakes make you a better person. The next stop in my trip was the home and office of second Prime Minister of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji. This man, just around 5 feet 2 inches, was one of the greatest leaders independent India has seen. Facing the threat of atom bombs and famine and war, he said,
अगर तलवार की नोक पर या एटम बम के डर से कोई हमारे देश को झुकाना चाहे, दबाना चाहे, ये देश हमारा दबने वाला नहीं.
What a courageous man. What a simple man indeed. Can I become even 0.01% like him? The words echoed in my mind. Somebody out there right now is working for the same dream as yours, putting in all the efforts, the sweat and the tears. If you don't get your ass up right now, you don't deserve your dream. And that's when I saw my love fleeting right before my eyes. AIMS. It's easy to say don't compromise on your dreams. Take another chance. What's another year, etc. But people have familial obligations, financial constraints, frayed mental health, whims of the exam. No one talks about choosing med school at 18 and then feeling left behind in your 20s when other people start talking about their jobs, engagement, money and gaining independence from their parents. Meanwhile, you are a doctor with no money, living at your parents' expense. What is easy to say may not be easy to do. As I walked inside the Qutub Minar, I felt as if Qutubuddin Aibak himself was talking to me. My friend, you stand before a monument that has weathered the storms of centuries. Yet here it stands, tall and unyielding. The Qutub Minar is not just a tower. It is a testament of perseverance, determination and the will to reach the skies, brick by brick. When I began constructing this Minar, it was not a task of days or months, but years, filled with challenges and doubts. Each stone placed was a step forward. Even when the end seemed far away, there were moments when the sky seemed daunting and the progress felt slow. But did I stop? No. I reminded myself that the greatest achievements are born not of ease, but of resolve. You speak of fear, of exhaustion, of the weight of another exam. I understand this burden. But let me ask you, would you let this moment define you? Or will you rise above it as this Minar rises above the earth? Perhaps you feel broken now, but every hour you spend studying, every moment you push through the doubt, you are laying the foundation for something monumental, your future. Remember, even in its incomplete form, this Minar inspires millions. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to keep going. The last spot in my journey was the serene Lotus Temple. There, I felt as if I could relax and finally let it all go. What a beautiful gift it is to hit the rock bottom, to be stripped of any and all the pride, ego and false responsibility, to be left with nothing but possibility. A chance to climb upwards and make anew of what seems to be impossible. Every man, at one point in his life, could benefit from the raw, pure and radically humbling experience of being left with nothing to realize that everything is possible. I ran away from home right after my NEET PG results because the reality was far too cruel for me to bear. I was timid, I was small, I was afraid and most of all, I did not want to face what lied ahead in front of me. I did not want to believe that my studies were for nothing. I am thinking of my own simplicity. I have realized that I don't really want a lot. Is it a good thing? As I go back to Nagpur, this is something that I will choose not to think about. After failure, after frustration, after disappointment, after exhaustion, after heartache, I want to be the person who musters up the courage to believe that a new attempt can manifest a new outcome. I want to be the person who still tries.
I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright.